Okay, I think I kind of borked today's stream. Um, so in any case, let's get started. So I have here uh, what I'm just today's going to be a short stream. So today I've got an image. I'm trying to find out where to put my image search. So now we're at the top of that layer cake that I keep talking about, right? So this is the interface to the whatever framework I select for routing. And then this is the service interface, right? So there is an image searcher, and an image searcher offers the search service, and it takes a request and issues a response. And so what we want to do in here is ideally we'd have, say we'd have search form. Probably a search page, because if you think about the way we'd probably do the form, we'd probably do the form at the top of the page, but then the results underneath the form. You make the form collapsible, so really it's just one search page. And this would be in terms of a template, in terms of an HTML template, right? Um, so image. So we would probably ask. So we would probably go ahead and ask the go get github.com got get. I keep doing that. Okay, so we would probably go ahead and ask for uh, so we probably go ahead and grab the global reflex, the must get image searcher, and we're going to cast that to an image searcher. So searcher, and then if not okay, we're going to go ahead and w.set right header 500. So at this point, we're going to return a 500 error. All right, and return. So now we've got a valid searcher. So we're going to say results equals searcher dot search, and so we to do extract search request from parameters. And we return back two things, results and an error. And if error not equals nil, we're going to go ahead and so at this point something went wrong with the search. You know, we could have multiple errors, but for right now, let's just put in a 500. It could be a parameter error. If it's a parameter error, we definitely want to do a different return value. And then ultimately, if everything's fine, we are going to and we're going to pass the results. So that is what we this is what we plug in. Let's shorten this down here. This is what we're plugging in to the request handling pipeline. This is what's actually going to do the thing. So an image searcher is going to have an image searcher. Sorry, I keep doing that tick thing. An image searcher is going to have an image repository attached to it, right? Yeah, I wonder where that two of those. Anyway. So we're going to say the image repository is of type no, it's model. Okay. So given that we've got a model and scope, what we want to do is say stop repository find, and one of the things we do need to pass in is a context. We'll just pass background for now. So we're going to go find, and we're going to pass to the repository the context, and we're going to pass in a new query parameter. So let's and this returns back find returns back an array of a slice of images or an error. So we're going to get images, error. All right. So this, yes, does return error. Okay. So if error not equals nil, to do wrap error appropriately, and return error. So, okay, for sorry, too many languages. And for right now, we're just going to say two. What is the issue? Oh. Okay. So we do response. Okay, so this is the structure of our search. So what do we want to show the end user? So here's what's different. Here's what's different at this layer. At this layer, we're still internal. So this is where this is the so this is the boundary layer between internal and external. So model is still an internal thing. The returned image model is still an internal concept, abstraction. It exists within the scope of how we reason about our system, not how the world necessarily reasons about our software. So think about this for a second. So search, the world is doing a search. The world wants back a certain thing. Now, the world wants back a list of images. And we have, so in our world, an image is a higher level concept than an instance of a file on a thing. It could be an image could have multiple representations. So we could have, you know, a TIFF and a JPEG and a thumbnail, or maybe multiple copies of the JPEG, multiple thumbnails of the same image, and we might want one back or the other. But we're interested in knowing, so we're just in images. So really at that point, we're really interested in our metadata. So if we remember the data model, the metadata has multiple locators. Or sorry, the metadata has multiple encodings, and the encodings have multiple locators. So metadata has an ID, a date capture, location, and tags. And encoding has a runtime resolution, MIME type, file hash. So again, we've kind of got a higher level notion of image. So our notion of image is the subject matter captured, which may be with multiple encodings, each have multiple stored data, e.g. A boat. So a picture of a man or boat could have a JPEG and a TIFF encoding, and the JPEG could be stored in two places. Meaning there are two copies of the same JPEG. Okay. So we're going to search for an image. And how does the world think of it? How does the outside world? The outside world looks at an image and thinks. So let's talk about, I gotta get going. But really what we're looking at is pulling back metadata encoding. And this is where we probably need to generate permalinks if they don't already exist. So that at the very least suggests we have some sort of permanent reference model or something that we can hook into. All right, well that's it for today. I said it was going to be short. What is the error? Oh. Okay. Okay, that and throws an error. So execute, returns possible error. Okay. Oh, let's say this. So the image search response is a holding of data that our output representation can understand. We pass this. All right, so that's it for today. Obviously, we've got we got to think about some sort of permanent reference model. Maybe this is a good time to introduce the concept of a name, because the outside world is going to want a name for these things. So we need to introduce that, and that will generate some sort of permalink service. So we got, let's put some to-dos in here. Need a permanent reference model for kernel objects. Service to back the data. Okay. But we see the first instance of this, right? So we see the first instance of, hey, let's go back and get our dependency management. And from that, we'll get a constructed image searcher. We don't know how it's constructed here. We don't know what goes into it. We just get one, and we call its endpoint. And that's what I want to get to. And just as searcher, this will automatically be injected. So we shouldn't have to worry about anything when we get back a searcher, as long as we've correctly registered a searcher. So what is the error? Yeah, weird. Okay. Oh, it's because it's not added. So let's go ahead and yep, we need to add that file. Sorry, Git. I'll figure it out eventually. There we go. Commit directory. All right.